O gracious Saint Anthony of Padua, today I come before your presence, asking for your gentle intercession in this moment of quiet need. As I lift my voice in this Saint Anthony prayer, I trust that your loving spirit will guide me toward God's perfect will. When my heart feels heavy with worry, and when the road ahead is hidden in shadows, I turn to this urgent miracle prayer, believing that miracles can bloom even in the darkest nights. As I whisper this prayer to Saint Anthony, I surrender my fears, trusting that you are holding my hand, leading me toward divine guidance and healing. Let your light clear the confusion and bring clarity to the decisions I must make today, reminding me that with faith, even the impossible becomes possible. Saint Anthony, you who have helped countless souls find what was lost, I come with this prayer that works instantly, asking you to help me find direction in my life. I believe in the power of this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony, knowing that even in my weakest moments, your intercession will open doors I cannot see. Holy Saint Anthony, I ask for your help in this emergency prayer for financial help, guidance, and peace for my family. Wrap me in your embrace as I lift this healing prayer to Saint Anthony, and let me feel the comfort of your presence as I take my next step forward through this prayer to find lost things, lost peace, and lost hope. May I rediscover the courage to walk in faith, knowing that God's timing is perfect and your loving guidance will never fail. If you believe Saint Anthony is guiding your steps today, comment, "Guide me, Saint Anthony," below to affirm your faith and let others see the power of prayer. O blessed Saint Anthony, I come before you today with this Saint Anthony prayer, seeking your intercession in this urgent miracle prayer for clarity and hope. You know the quiet fears I carry when no one else is watching, the hidden struggles that weigh down my spirit, and the confusion that tries to cloud my mind. I believe in the power of this prayer to Saint Anthony for desperate cases where I know you hear even the whispers of a weary heart seeking God's light. When fear tells me to give up, I remember that this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony is a promise that God can still turn everything around. I ask for your guidance in this prayer for financial breakthrough, healing, and restoration of what I have lost, believing that your intercession can open doors no one can shut. Let your comforting presence remind me that even the most impossible prayer that works is heard when we trust deeply. Saint Anthony, I am lifting this prayer that works instantly, believing that you will intercede for me in moments of urgency and despair. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer bring healing to my body, restoration to my family, and peace to my anxious thoughts, reminding me that with God, no obstacle is too big. As I pray this prayer to Saint Anthony for urgent help, I trust that your gentle guidance will help me find the solutions I seek, whether in finances, health, or family relationships. Help me feel the hope that blooms in the silence, the quiet assurance that God's love will never abandon me. Let me not turn away from this journey, for there is something awaiting in the end that I must receive. I trust you, Saint Anthony, to lead me to that hidden blessing. Saint Anthony, you who help us find what is lost, I place this prayer to find lost things, lost peace, and lost faith in your hands, trusting that you will lead me back to the light. Let this holy prayer for impossible requests remind me that God's timing is perfect, and your intercession will guide me to the miracle prayer today that will change my life. I surrender my fears and doubts, stepping forward with courage to embrace the blessings God has prepared for me. Let your loving intercession in this emergency prayer for financial help break the chains of debt and worry, opening paths of abundance and provision. I will stay here in this prayer, Saint Anthony, knowing that if I leave, I may miss the miracle that is being prepared for me right now. Keep me anchored in faith as I wait for the breakthrough that is already on its way. If you are staying in this prayer with Saint Anthony until your miracle arrives, type Amen in the comments and let your faith be your testimony today. There are moments when your soul feels tired, as if you've knocked on every door and nothing has opened. This is the time to lift this Saint Anthony prayer, allowing yourself to rest in the promise that God's timing is never late. You may be seeking an urgent miracle prayer to find peace or a way forward, and it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world alone. But remember, even when you feel unseen, God sees you, and Saint Anthony's intercession can lead you to places you could never reach alone. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer remind you that your prayers are seeds planted in faith, destined to bloom in God's perfect moment. Stay expectant, for Saint Anthony is walking beside you. Even when the road seems empty, imagine waking up tomorrow and the fear you've been carrying is replaced by courage you never thought you had. This is what the prayer to Saint Anthony can do when you open your heart to trust fully, even when it feels counterintuitive. This prayer that works instantly is not just about quick results. It's about building a faith that can weather any storm. Let this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony guide you to take one small step today, whether it's forgiving someone, calling a family member, or even allowing yourself to breathe deeply. These small acts are open doors for God's grace to flow in, bringing restoration to your spirit and mind. Faith grows stronger with every step you take in hope. If you are battling financial burdens, this emergency prayer for financial help can open doors you never expected. Saint Anthony's intercession has been the turning point for countless souls who were drowning in debt and fear. Maybe today you can look at your bills not with dread, but with the faith that God's provision will arrive, even in unexpected ways. This prayer to Saint Anthony for financial breakthrough is a reminder that heaven's resources are not limited by what you see in your account today. You can start declaring provision is coming while you take practical steps like adjusting spending, seeking new opportunities, or sowing a seed of faith. Let Saint Anthony walk with you on this journey to financial freedom. Sometimes it's not money that's lost, but peace. This prayer to find lost things can also be a prayer to find your lost joy, your lost confidence, and your lost laughter. Saint Anthony has a gentle way of leading you back to what matters. Even if you've been in a season of confusion, you might feel like your family is falling apart, and this prayer to Saint Anthony for family restoration can be your lifeline. Take a moment to reach out to your loved ones, even if it's just a simple "I love you" text today. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer soften hearts, heal wounds, and open conversations that bring restoration to your home. When you feel weak in your body or mind, lift this healing prayer to Saint Anthony, trusting that God's power is greater than any sickness. Place your worries about health into this holy prayer for impossible requests, believing that what the doctors cannot do, God can. While you take your medicine and follow your treatments, let faith be your daily medicine as well. Say, "I believe in healing," even when symptoms try to tell you otherwise, for faith has the power to break the chains of fear. This prayer to Saint Anthony for urgent help is your anchor, reminding you that every day is a new opportunity for miracles to happen. Allow Saint Anthony to walk with you through your healing journey. Step by step, you might be standing at a crossroads, unsure which way to go. This Saint Anthony prayer is a compass when you feel lost, guiding you with the wisdom of heaven. It may seem like others move forward while you remain stuck, but God's plan for you is never delayed. This urgent miracle prayer can open doors to opportunities you never imagined, aligning your steps with God's purpose. Sometimes, guidance comes in the form of a quiet peace in your heart or a conversation that opens your eyes. Let St. Anthony's intercession help you recognize these moments as divine nudges, guiding you toward the life God has prepared for you. St. Anthony's life was a testimony of faith in action, reminding us that miracles are not distant dreams but daily realities for those who believe. This prayer to St. Anthony, this prayer that works instantly, can transform your mindset from fear to faith. You can begin to expect miracles in small and big ways, from finding your keys when you're late to finding peace in the middle of chaos. Your faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Let this miraculous prayer to St. Anthony be your daily practice, a reminder that you are never alone in your journey. St. Anthony is with you, guiding your steps with gentle assurance. Stay in this place of prayer, for the next mystery will deepen your walk with God and St. Anthony even further. Don't rush away, for your breakthrough may be closer than you think, and this powerful Catholic miracle prayer is leading you to it. Let this moment of faith grow into a lifestyle of trust, a daily journey of miracles unfolding in unexpected ways. Your story is not over, and what you've been praying for may arrive when you least expect it. Keep your heart open, your spirit ready, and your faith anchored, for St. Anthony's intercession is at work even now. If you believe St. Anthony is working in your life, comment "Miracle in Progress" below, and let your faith inspire others to trust in God's timing. Sometimes, the weight of unanswered prayers can feel heavier than the struggles themselves. You might have whispered a St. Anthony prayer in the quiet of your room, hoping for a sign, a breakthrough, or simply the strength to get through another day. This urgent miracle prayer is not a magic formula, but it is a gateway for your heart to align with God's heart. When you pray this prayer to St. Anthony, you are choosing faith over fear, hope over despair, and trust over control. Let today be the day you give yourself permission to hope again, even if yesterday's answers didn't come as you expected. Faith isn't about having everything figured out. It's about trusting that God and St. Anthony are working even when you can't see it. Life often tests us in moments we least expect, like when a bill arrives you can't pay, or a medical report shakes your peace. This is where the miraculous prayer to St. Anthony meets your reality, reminding you that you are never alone in your struggles. You might be in need of an emergency prayer for financial help, and it feels like time is running out. Take a deep breath and remember that provision can come in unexpected ways. A phone call with a new opportunity, a friend offering help, or even a sudden idea that leads to income. This prayer to St. Anthony for financial breakthrough is your declaration that God's abundance is greater than your shortage, and it's okay to trust Him while taking practical steps. There's something powerful about praying for others, even while you're waiting for your own miracle. This healing prayer to St. Anthony can become a source of comfort for you and those around you. Perhaps a family member is sick, or you are facing your own health battles. As you whisper this holy prayer for impossible requests, imagine St. Anthony standing with you, reminding you that God's healing is not limited by human limitations. Take care of your body, follow the guidance of your doctors, but let your spirit remain steadfast in faith. Every day you wake up is a day of possibility, and each breath is a miracle prayer. Today in itself, relationships can feel like glass sometimes, precious but fragile. Maybe you're praying this prayer to St. Anthony for family restoration, hoping to mend the bonds that arguments or distance have frayed. Don't underestimate the power of small gestures. a text to say you're thinking of them, a kind word, or simply listening without judgment. This powerful Catholic miracle prayer works when we allow God's love to flow through our actions, turning moments of tension into opportunities for connection. Let Saint Anthony guide you to humility and courage in your relationships, reminding you that reconciliation is a journey worth taking. Have you ever lost something valuable and felt that panic rise in your chest? Whether it's your keys or your sense of peace, the prayer to find lost things is more than a request for objects. It's a cry to recover what you've lost within yourself. Saint Anthony has helped countless people find what was lost, and this prayer that works instantly can remind you that nothing is truly lost in God's eyes. Take a moment to slow down and reflect on what you are searching for: clarity, direction, or maybe even your faith. As you lift this Saint Anthony prayer, let your spirit rest in the assurance that God's timing is perfect and recovery is on the way. Sometimes we focus so much on what we lack that we forget to see what we have. This prayer that works instantly invites you to be grateful, even for small blessings, as gratitude opens the door for more. As you pray this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony, take a moment to list 3 things you are thankful for today. No matter how small, gratitude has a way of shifting our focus, reminding us that God's faithfulness is evident even in the quiet moments. Let this prayer become your daily practice, building a faith that expects miracles while celebrating the blessings already present. If you've been feeling spiritually drained, this urgent miracle prayer can become your lifeline. Sometimes, all you need is to pause and breathe, whispering, "God, I trust you." This prayer to Saint Anthony for urgent help is a reminder that you don't need to have the perfect words. Your heart's honesty is enough. Let your faith be like a seed planted in the soil of trust, watered by prayer and nurtured by hope. Even if you feel like giving up, let Saint Anthony remind you that the breakthrough you are waiting for could be closer than you think. Stay close, for the next mystery will guide you deeper into faith and into the miracles God has prepared for you. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer continue to be your anchor, reminding you that hope is never wasted and faith is never in vain. Each moment you spend in prayer is a moment where heaven moves on your behalf. Even if you cannot see it yet, Saint Anthony's intercession is working in ways beyond your understanding. So keep your heart open and your spirit expectant for what comes next. If you are standing in faith with Saint Anthony today, comment "Faith Rising" below to let God and others know that your hope is alive. There comes a point in every faith journey where your strength feels thin and doubts begin to whisper, "What if nothing changes?" It is in this exact moment that the Saint Anthony prayer becomes more than words. It becomes your lifeline to hope. When you lift this urgent miracle prayer, you are not denying your struggles. You are declaring that your faith is bigger than your fear. This prayer to Saint Anthony can transform the heaviness of your heart into a quiet confidence that God is still in control. Even if you don't see the changes immediately, know that spiritual shifts happen in the unseen first. Saint Anthony's gentle intercession is moving in places you cannot yet reach, preparing the answers you have been waiting for. Sometimes we think miracles have to be grand and instant, but often they unfold in small, steady steps. This miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony is not only about asking for a big breakthrough, but also about recognizing the small victories along the way. Did you wake up today with breath in your lungs? That is a miracle prayer today in itself. Did you find the courage to smile even when your heart was heavy? That is a sign God is strengthening you from within. As you continue this prayer that works instantly, let your eyes open to the blessings that surround you and let gratitude grow within your heart as you trust the process. You may be praying this emergency prayer for financial help, feeling overwhelmed by bills and obligations that weigh heavily on your mind. Let this prayer to Saint Anthony for financial breakthrough remind you that God's provision can appear in unexpected ways. Perhaps you will receive a call about a job opportunity, or you may discover a creative idea that opens a new income stream. Remember, faith without action is incomplete, so take practical steps while you pray. Create a small budget, seek opportunities, and sow seeds of generosity, trusting that your steps of faith will align with God's abundant provision. Saint Anthony is walking with you as you pursue financial peace. If you are facing a situation that feels impossible, a diagnosis, a broken relationship, or a dream that seems out of reach, know that this holy prayer for impossible requests is your reminder that God is not limited by what looks impossible. Saint Anthony, known for his powerful intercession, invites you to bring even your most desperate cases before God with boldness. As you whisper this prayer to Saint Anthony for urgent help, do so with the expectancy that miracles still happen today. Let your faith be louder than your fear, and hold on to the promise that God's power is made perfect in your weakness. Families can be a source of both comfort and challenge, and many times we need to lift a prayer to Saint Anthony for family restoration. If there is tension in your home, let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer be your bridge toward healing and reconciliation. You might take a small action today, like offering a sincere apology or choosing to listen instead of arguing. Let Saint Anthony guide your words and soften your heart, reminding you that love is stronger than pride. Through this prayer, you can invite God's peace back into your home, creating an environment where grace and understanding can flourish. Health challenges can drain your spirit, but this healing prayer to Saint Anthony is a call to believe that God's healing is still available. As you take your medication or attend your appointments, let your spirit remain anchored in faith. Declare daily, I believe in God's healing for my body and mind. Let this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony become part of your daily routine, a moment where you align your mind with God's promises of restoration. While you care for your body, allow your spirit to remain nourished by hope, knowing that every step toward healing is significant, no matter how small it may feel. In moments of confusion, when you don't know which decision to make, this Saint Anthony prayer can serve as your compass. God's guidance often comes in the form of a gentle peace, a sense of clarity that breaks through the fog of indecision. As you pray, ask God to close the wrong doors and open the right ones, trusting that Saint Anthony's intercession will help you recognize the signs along your path. This urgent miracle prayer is your invitation to lean into trust, even when the outcome is uncertain. Remember, God's wisdom is higher than yours, and He will lead you step by step. Stay in this moment of faith, or the next mystery will draw you even deeper into the peace and strength you need. Let this prayer that works instantly continue to be your anchor as you move forward, trusting that God is aligning every detail of your life according to His perfect plan. Saint Anthony's intercession is active, even now, guiding you toward the answers you seek and the blessings you need. Keep your heart open and your faith alive, for God's miracles often arrive when you least expect them. If you believe your miracle is on its way, comment "Miracle Loading" below and let your faith light the way for others seeking hope. There are seasons when surrender feels like the hardest step, especially when fear tells you that letting go means losing control. This is where the Saint Anthony prayer becomes your invitation to trust God's bigger plan, even when you don't see the full picture. In this urgent miracle prayer, you are not giving up, you are giving it to God, allowing His wisdom to replace your confusion. Saint Anthony's gentle guidance can help you release the weight you were never meant to carry alone. Let this prayer that works instantly remind you that faith often looks like letting go while trusting God to catch you. Surrender is not weakness, it is strength anchored in divine trust. As you walk through challenges, remember that every step forward is an act of faith. This miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony is your reminder that progress is often invisible before it becomes evident. You may not see the changes immediately, but God's hand is working in the unseen, rearranging circumstances in your favor. This emergency prayer for financial help is not only for sudden breakthroughs, but also for divine ideas that lead to stability and peace. Keep a journal of small victories, like an unexpected discount or new opportunity, as signs that God's provision is near. Saint Anthony is with you in every small victory, celebrating your journey of faith. When your family faces trials, lifting a prayer to Saint Anthony for family restoration can be your lifeline. Healing within relationships often begins with one person choosing forgiveness and humility. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer soften your heart and open your eyes to ways you can bring peace into your home. Whether it's offering a sincere apology, letting go of an old grudge, or simply listening with empathy, these acts become channels for God's grace to flow. Saint Anthony's intercession can guide you to be the peacemaker in your family, reminding you that love is stronger than division. Each step you take in love invites God's presence to heal what is broken. Health challenges can feel like a never-ending battle, but this healing prayer to Saint Anthony can renew your strength. Let each breath you take become a declaration that God's healing power is still active today. As you whisper this holy prayer for impossible requests, believe that God's presence is with you, providing comfort and courage. You may be following medical advice, but don't neglect the power of faith and hope in your healing journey. Each day you wake up is a sign that God's purpose for your life continues, and your story is still being written. Let Saint Anthony walk beside you, encouraging you to trust that better days are ahead. Clarity is a gift that often arrives in moments of quiet, and this Saint Anthony prayer can guide you to listen to God's whispers. You may be seeking direction in your career, family, or spiritual path, and confusion can cloud your decisions. Let this urgent miracle prayer clear your mind, allowing God's peace to replace anxiety. Take a few minutes each day to sit in silence, breathing deeply and asking God for wisdom. Saint Anthony's intercession can help you recognize the signs God places on your path, guiding you toward choices aligned with His will. Trust that the right doors will open and the wrong ones will close in God's perfect timing. Sometimes, God's answers come through people placed in your life, and this prayer to Saint Anthony for urgent help can prepare your heart to receive guidance. Be open to conversations, opportunities, and connections that may be the key to your next breakthrough. As you continue this prayer that works instantly, practice being present and attentive to the small nudges God gives you throughout the day. Saint Anthony often guides us in ways that seem ordinary but lead to extraordinary outcomes. Your willingness to trust and act on God's prompts can lead to miracles you never expected. Stay alert and let faith guide your actions as you move forward. Gratitude is a seed that, when planted, multiplies blessings in your life. Let this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony inspire you to thank God for every answered and unanswered prayer. Sometimes, The prayers that seem delayed are the ones protecting you, leading you to something better. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, allowing your heart to remain aligned with God's goodness. Saint Anthony's intercession can open your eyes to blessings hidden in challenges, reminding you that God is faithful in every season. Let gratitude become your daily prayer, inviting God's favor into every area of your life. Stay in this sacred space, for the next mystery will guide you into deeper faith and trust in God's miraculous power. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer continue to anchor your spirit, reminding you that your breakthrough is on the horizon. Saint Anthony is interceding for you even now, aligning your steps with God's purpose. Keep your heart open and your spirit ready, for the blessings you seek are closer than you think. Trust the process, remain in prayer, and watch as God's promises unfold in your life. If you're trusting God's timing with Saint Anthony today, comment "Trusting God" below, and let your faith shine as a testimony for others. Faith becomes truly powerful when we learn to trust in what we cannot see, holding on to the promises of God even in moments of silence. This Saint Anthony prayer is your invitation to step into unwavering trust, knowing that God's faithfulness is greater than your fears. You may be lifting this urgent miracle prayer, asking for a sign, a healing, or a breakthrough, and wondering if God hears you. Let this prayer that works instantly remind you that even in your quiet tears, God is listening, and Saint Anthony is interceding on your behalf. Sometimes, the miracle begins with your choice to believe again. Let faith rise in your heart, for faith is the foundation upon which miracles are built. It's easy to focus on what's going wrong, but this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony teaches us to focus on God's power instead of our limitations. When you feel like giving up, let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer renew your spirit, reminding you that God is working behind the scenes. Your urgent prayer for financial help, healing, or restoration is heard by a God who cares about every detail of your life. Take small actions each day that align with your faith, like budgeting wisely, eating healthier, or praying over your family. Let Saint Anthony guide you to see opportunities for growth even in challenges. Remember, your current situation is not your final destination. When you pray this emergency prayer for financial help, don't only look for quick fixes, but trust God to guide you into sustainable provision. Maybe a new opportunity will come, or a wise decision will open doors you never imagined. Faith combined with practical steps can lead you to the financial breakthrough you are praying for. Saint Anthony's intercession can guide you to the right connections and ideas, reminding you that God's provision can come in unexpected ways. Stay faithful in small things and trust that God will multiply your efforts. Let your financial journey be a testimony of God's faithfulness. Health challenges may leave you feeling helpless, but this healing prayer to Saint Anthony can strengthen your hope. Every doctor's visit, medication, and small improvement is a step toward restoration. As you lift this holy prayer for impossible requests, let your faith remind you that God is the ultimate healer. Speak life over your body, declaring God's promises of health each day. Saint Anthony's intercession can bring comfort and courage as you walk your healing journey. Remember, every breath is a reminder that God's purpose for your life continues. Family restoration often begins with humility and forgiveness. This prayer to Saint Anthony for family restoration can soften hearts and open doors for reconciliation. Take practical steps to bring peace into your home, like sending a kind message, planning a family prayer time, or choosing to listen without judgment. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer guide your actions, creating an environment where God's love can heal broken relationships. Saint Anthony's intercession can help restore what has been lost in your family. Trust that God can turn even the most difficult situations into testimonies of His grace. Direction often comes in moments of quiet trust. As you lift this Saint Anthony prayer, ask God for clarity and patience as you wait for His guidance. This urgent miracle prayer is a reminder that God's wisdom is available to you even when you feel lost. Take moments to journal your thoughts, pray in silence, and listen for God's whispers. Saint Anthony's intercession can help you recognize the signs God places along your path. Trust that the right doors will open and that your faith will guide you to your next step. Gratitude is a powerful practice that aligns your heart with God's blessings. Let this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony inspire you to find reasons to be thankful even during challenges. Keep a gratitude list, thanking God for small victories and answered prayers. This practice will strengthen your faith and prepare your heart for greater blessings. Saint Anthony's intercession can help you see the blessings hidden in your everyday life. Let gratitude become your daily prayer, opening your heart to receive God's favor. Stay in this spirit of faith and expectation, for the next step will lead you into a powerful blessing that you don't want to miss. Let this prayer that works instantly continue to guide your heart into trust, hope, and readiness for God's miracles. Saint Anthony is interceding for you, and God is aligning the right people, opportunities, and miracles in your path. Keep your faith alive, your spirit expectant, and your prayers consistent. Miracles often come when you least expect them, in the quiet moments of trust. If you are ready for your miracle with Saint Anthony, comment "Ready for my miracle" below, and let your faith encourage others to believe with you. May the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, fill your heart right now as you finish this Saint Anthony prayer. Let every heavy burden you have carried be lifted by the gentle hand of God through Saint Anthony's intercession. Feel the warmth of hope rising in your spirit, reminding you that God has heard your every whispered prayer. May this moment become a sacred turning point where faith grows stronger than fear and trust becomes your new foundation. You are not alone in your journey, for heaven is walking with you. May this urgent miracle prayer you lifted today open doors of blessing and provision in your life. Where there was lack, let there now be abundance through God's faithful love. Where there was sickness, let healing flow into your body and mind, bringing restoration and renewed strength. Let your family experience peace and unity as God restores relationships and hearts. Trust that every prayer you have lifted will bear fruit in God's perfect timing. May Saint Anthony walk beside you daily, guiding your steps with wisdom and clarity. Let this prayer that works instantly remind you that miracles are not distant dreams, but living realities for those who believe. May your faith remain unshakable even when storms arise, knowing that God's promises are true. Let your spirit remain anchored in hope, trusting that God's goodness will follow you in every area of your life. You are stepping into a season of blessings and breakthroughs. May your financial needs be met in unexpected and miraculous ways as you trust God with your provision. Let this emergency prayer for financial help break the chains of debt, anxiety, and fear, replacing them with peace and stability. May God lead you to opportunities, connections, and ideas that will open doors for financial freedom. Let your testimony become a light for others who are seeking hope in their own financial struggles. May Saint Anthony's intercession bring the breakthrough you have been praying for. May healing flow through your body, bringing strength to every cell and organ that needs restoration. Let the Holy Spirit renew your mind, bringing peace to anxious thoughts and clarity to confusion. May this healing prayer to Saint Anthony remind you that God's power is greater than any diagnosis or limitation. Let each breath you take become a declaration of God's faithfulness over your health. Your body is a temple, and God's Spirit is bringing life and healing to you. May your family be covered in God's love, experiencing restoration, forgiveness, and peace. Let this prayer to Saint Anthony for family restoration mend broken relationships, bringing unity where there was division. May God soften hearts and open conversations that lead to healing and understanding. Let your home become a sanctuary of love, grace, and hope. May Saint Anthony's intercession bring blessings to every member of your family. May your spiritual journey deepen, bringing you closer to God's presence with each prayer you lift. Let this powerful Catholic miracle prayer continue to guide you in moments of doubt, reminding you that God is near. May your faith grow as you see God's hand moving in your life, answering prayers in ways you never expected. Let gratitude become your daily posture, acknowledging God's faithfulness in every detail. Your life is a testimony of God's love. May you find clarity in your decisions as you trust God's guidance through the Saint Anthony prayer. Let confusion be replaced with peace and indecision with confidence in God's perfect plan. May opportunities aligned with God's will appear before you, guiding you into your purpose. Let Saint Anthony's intercession help you recognize the signs God places on your path. You are walking in divine alignment and favor. May the blessings of this prayer follow you into your days and nights, reminding you that you are deeply loved by God. Let hope become your constant companion, faith your strength, and trust your anchor. May you continue to experience miracles as you walk in faith, never doubting God's ability to transform your circumstances. Let this journey of prayer lead you into a life filled with peace, purpose, and divine provision. You are stepping into a new chapter of blessings. Have you felt God's presence as you prayed with Saint Anthony today? Do you believe this prayer can transform your situation? If you trust and act with faith, what miracle are you expecting God to perform in your life after this prayer? Are you ready to let go of fear and step into the blessings God has prepared for you? You are never the same after a prayer lifted in faith. You are stronger, more focused, and more aligned with God's purpose for your life. This Saint Anthony prayer was not just words, but seeds of miracles planted in your spirit. Your life is about to change because God's promises are faithful and His timing is perfect. If this prayer touched your heart, take a moment to like this video to let others see how faith moves mountains. Comment below with Amen if you are claiming your miracle through this prayer with Saint Anthony today. Share this prayer with your family, friends, and anyone who needs hope so they can also receive blessings. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful prayers that strengthen your faith and bring God's peace into your life. Every share you make allows someone else to encounter God's love and Saint Anthony's intercession. Your engagement helps this message of hope reach others who are searching for light in their darkness. Do not keep this blessing to yourself. Be the channel God uses to bring hope to others. Together, we can build a community of faith, hope, and miracles through the power of prayer. Thank you for praying with us and Saint Anthony today. May God bless you abundantly and continue to guide your steps every day. Keep your faith alive, your hope strong, and your heart open to God's miracles. Stay with us for more prayers and let us continue this journey of faith together. If you believe your miracle is on the way, type Amen in the comments, share this prayer, and subscribe to help others receive this blessing today.